Uh, well, that took forever. I need to actually turn on the Grammys now, huh? Now that I got this thing taken care of. Hi, everyone. Okay. Let's see. Can you hear? No. Okay. Ouch. I'm such a hot mess. Hi. I love always having fun with this. Okay. Anyway, I don't even know why I have these on. Okay. Hi, everyone. Person, fan. I'm going to go to and then I'm gonna go to
dress looked amazing. I apparently was in sweats. Cool. No deal. Hey, should we talk about Ricky?
In 1992, 7 strangers got real.
You just called me a racist.
Because you are. Ricky Martin?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's do it. Latin superstar, Ricky Martin. He is no stranger to the Grammys. The man's been around. He's got great music for generations now, basically. He won his first award back in 1999. That was for Best Latin Pop Performance. Look at these photos, little throwback action here.
Oh, yeah.
Love
the
that.
Deep V.
The Deep V. He could rock it.
Yeah, he could. Ricky went on to be named the Latin Recording Academy's Person of the Year in 2006. Then won another Grammy Award in 2006.
He could rock it.
Yeah, he could. Ricky went on to be named the Latin Recording Academy's Person of the Year in 2006, then won another Grammy Award in 2016 for Best Latin Pop Album. And this year, he's up for Best Latin Pop or Urban Album.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. He's a busy man. Ricky actually told us why this year's nomination means so much to him. Watch.
I got the Latin Grammy for Pausa, and I was, in a pretty intense celebratory mode. And then a couple of weeks later, I received a phone call. Hey, Rick, you've been nominated for the Anglo Grammy. What? Vamos cambiar de casa, vamos un mes de viaje, hablemos otro idioma, bésame aquí en la calle. I went ballistic. What can I say? My entire family went crazy because of what it means to me. Because I was able to talk and work with people that I love and people that I respect and I admire, like Sting, like Carla Morrison, someone that I respect so much, and Bad Bunny, and it was just beautiful to be able to walk into the studio and just be yourself and talk about the things that you want to share with the world. This album really became my medicine at a certain moment because I was really anxious. The uncertainty of not knowing what was going to happen, having to cancel a tour. People were telling me, Ricky, you're never going to be able to go back on stage. I mean, these are the things that were throwing at us, you know? So I believe that this album, Pausa, became my balance. And the lyrics, the message, the stories that we're telling are so relevant. And they're also very spiritual. And I guess, you know, we're all now in this spiritual journey. We've been forced to really, you know, find that space for us to be in touch with our emotions and everything. So it's been really, really beautiful. And then to get nominated in such a special time, you know, every nomination is important. When the Academy tells you, hey man, congratulations, the industry is telling you you're doing a good job. But this feels a little bit more special. I guess because it's a special year.
Last year,
Right.
It just brought the levity that I needed. I didn't know I was a disco fan.
It turns out, right? No, it was the theme music for my sad little at-home solo dance parties. But it was still there. She was there in spirit. Dua obviously also took home her first 2 Grammys in 2019. That was for Best New Artist and Best Dance Recording. This year, her 6 nominations include Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album for Future Nostalgia, which we're loving, of course, as we said, can't say it enough. Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Solo Performance. That's, of course, for Don't Start Now, which we can't stop singing.
Entertainment Weekly's senior editor, Jared Hall, spoke to Dua Lipa backstage during Grammy Week, and she geared up for the big night, and she told us all about it. So listen to that.
What do you want here, Lassie?
What? Oh, I was like, what the is that?
You.
That's what she said.
Sorry, Lassie.
I feel like I should be that Jonah Hill GIF right now from Get Him to the Greek where he's just screaming because I'm so excited to be talking to right now the 2019 Best New Artist winner and my personal 2020 Entertainer of the Year, Dua Lipa. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing? Thank you for that very sweet introduction. I appreciate it.
Of course, I'm very well and so excited to be speaking with you. It's kind of crazy to think Future Nostalgia was released almost a year ago. I've got my pink jacket on in honor of the album cover. It's back there somewhere. But then, of course, like right around that time, the pandemic halted everything. You couldn't tour with it. But thank you very much for doing that virtual concert that we all love so much. But that aside, how did the fact that, you know, you couldn't go on tour, you couldn't interact with fans in the normal way, how did all of that change the way that you experienced the success of Future Nostalgia and the fan reaction to it?
Well, I almost feel like, to a certain extent, because I was at home and not like touring or doing all this work, that I really got to like take it all in and like really feel the response from everyone around and really hear people's, you know, what they thought of the record. And it just meant so much to me. I never thought this would happen in a million years, that I would be promoting my record from my sofa or like setting up green screens in my living room. But I do feel like I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I've been thinking outside the box. I just didn't let it stop me from trying to come up with interesting ways to like create new dimensions for this record and still make it fun for everyone at home.
This, of course, is a very different Grammys for everyone. How then are your nerves and emotions different this year?
I mean, any talk about the Grammys is very like, I'm very excited and there's lots of butterflies and there's so many feelings and lots of adrenaline. So I feel like that hasn't changed at all. Obviously, it's very different. And, you know, just the possibility of being able to perform and everyone to get together and still do it in a safe way. It's incredible, you know, that we're able to do this. So for that, I'm just so grateful, especially during this time. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And you've got the new song, We're Good. Does that mean more is on the way? Is there going to be a 2021 album?
No 2021 album, but
That's all right. That's all right.
you know, always, I'm always thinking. So we'll see.
Yeah, as you have to. You know, I got to ask because typically it's a pretty big deal to be asked to be a musical guest on Saturday Night Live, which you were asked and you did that and it was fantastic. And then Melissa Villaseñor played you in the Dionne Warwick talk show sketch. And people, you know, always say it's like, that's when you feel like you've made it, when you've been impersonated on SNL. So what was it like seeing Dua Lipa impersonation on SNL?
It was possibly, I think, one of the coolest things that's probably happened to me. I was so excited. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And they got the costume so right. And she was amazing. It was just brilliant. I was super happy. I was like, all right, gonna keep this one forever. I'll never forget this moment.
It is time to dish. What can we expect from your Grammys performance? Is it going to be a medley of songs? Just Don't Start Now? Is it going to be We're Good? Do tell.
Got a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we don't want to give too much away. It's gonna be fun. It's cute. We're having fun. I just hope you love it.
Okay. Little of this, a little of that. Any special guests? I'm gonna try to get what I can out of you. So
I know you're trying, and I love to keep secrets, but maybe you could get something out of me. There might be someone. There might not, but there might be.
Might be someone. Might be a Miley Cyrus. Oh, see, man, you stone cold face right there.
I know.
It's all right.
My
It's
poker
fine.
face.
It's fine. I'm going to tune in regardless. So many people are going to.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, of course. Who are you excited to see perform?
Ooh, I'm really excited to see Bad Bunny perform. I'm really excited to see DaBaby perform. I'm really excited to see, oh my God, who else? It's Taylor Swift and Harry Styles and Billie Eilish and Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion. Let's go. It's going to be crazy.
Love you so much. Congrats on all of the success and have a fun Grammys.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
I'm watching tonight for her performance.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what Dua's fan army is called, but I'm in it.
You're in it.
I don't know what it is. Okay. Country singer Mickey Guyton made Grammys history this year as the first Black female artist to ever receive a solo nomination in a country music category.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, and host of People in 10, Andrea Belke, caught up with the new mom backstage at the Grammys to get her reaction to this historic moment.
Nikki, so nice to see you. How are you feeling in this moment right now?
You know, this is all so wild and crazy. Like, my life was not this a year and a half ago. And here I am nominated for a Grammy and performing at the Grammys. I feel so grateful.
Well, you are an amazing performer. So what's in store for your performance?
I'll tell you, this is going to be such a beautiful, empowering moment for Black people in country music. I'm so grateful. It's gonna be a powerful moment for women in country music. It's such a come together moment, and I just am so grateful to be a part of it.
Speaking of that, you actually made history as the first Black female artist to get a solo nomination in a country music category. So this is a huge moment for you. And how does that feel?
Hey, what's up? Anthony Morrison here. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you my new book, Your Email Profits. This teaches you 3 simple steps to building a profitable email list. Now, there's a link right below. If you click on it, you can get a copy of this completely free. But before you do that, what I want to do is I want to go over with you the reason why most people fail with email marketing. You see, a lot of times people write books like this, or they create courses, and they're going to teach you the basics to sending emails, right? And so they teach you email marketing.
What the?
Okay, basics, right? And we go into all kinds of stuff.
What are they talking
all kinds of stuff. Like, for instance, sending emails, right? Like, so sending strategy.
I just feel it still doesn't feel real. You know, because we are kind of stuck inside our homes and we're not really able to get out that often, but it doesn't feel real. But I can tell you, I will not be the last.
Absolutely. And this is also a very crazy moment for you because not only did you just get a Grammy nomination and it's this huge time in your life, you also had a baby a month ago. So how are you doing? Are you getting any sleep?
You know, I am. My husband took over baby duties the last 3 days to make sure I got a full 7 hours of sleep. But I still wake up at 4 a.m. when I hear him just whimper. I'm like, where is he? I just want to be near him. Being a mom is probably one of the greatest things I will ever experience.
What's been the most surprising thing about motherhood so far?
You know, birth is, that is a very, that's its own thing that I was very surprised how much your body changes in those moments and what you go through. People don't really talk about those first 2 weeks after you've given birth. And that was very, very surprising that it's awesome. You just look at this baby's face that you held in your body for so long, and it's just there's no other better feeling.
Now, your son's name is Grayson, and you've seen you post him on social media. He's so precious.
Yeah.
Are you seeing any glimpses of his personality yet?
So far, I think he's going to be a very calm, independent child. He definitely likes his autonomy. He's really sweet. He likes to eat. I think he's going to be tall. He's really just a sweet, sweet baby.
Of course, he's so young, but what does it feel like for you knowing that your baby will be present to watch you perform and have this historic nomination?
Literally, he is all I think about, and he is my reason, and I'm doing all of this for him. I just want to make him proud and to make this world easier for him as he grows up and becomes a young Black man. I'm obsessed with him, if you can't tell. Really, really, really obsessed with him.
I can tell, and I think it's so sweet. I love it. Last thing, you are such an inspiration for so many people. What is your message to people that are trying to break into country music?
I feel like the key for us to break into country music, whether you are an artist that is successful now or an artist on your come up, is you have to hold the door open. As you're walking through that door, you have to hold that door open for future artists. This doesn't last forever, and there are power in numbers. And that is my message. I want to show Black women and women of color and women, period, that this is possible. And I'm here to help you do that. This moment isn't just about me, that I want to help whoever I can bust through that door with me. Let's go. Let's become successful country artists, because the more that there are, the more careers, the more tours, and the more opportunities everybody can have.
I love that message. Who is someone that held the door open for you?
Reese Palmer held the door open for me. Reese Palmer is a country artist, a Black woman that's a country artist that came before me, and I saw her. And the only reason why I felt the courage to pursue country music was because I saw her. And as I was pursuing my career and not really finding much success, I realized that I have to use whatever connections that I have, and I have to bring other people with me. And so she was the girl that opened the door for me.
Well, Mickey, thank you so much. You're such an inspiration, and I always love chatting with you. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love her story, and she is on fire.
Oh my goodness, so inspiring on so many levels.
Absolutely.
And her song Black Like Me, the message is amazing, but her voice, okay.
Yeah, no, her artistry is terrific. It really is. She's incredible.
The Grammys are also making history this year in the Best Rock Performance category. For the first time ever, every single nominee was female or female-led band, and Fiona Apple walked away with the win earlier tonight.
Yeah, one of her fellow nominees is singer Brittany Howard. She's previously won 4 Grammy Awards with her band Alabama Shakes, but she took home her first solo Grammy win earlier tonight. It was for Best Rock Song. That was for Stay High.
Andrea also caught up with Brittany earlier backstage at the Grammys. Take a look.
Long hair goals? Save that last inch.
my God,
L5
Danny,
Dream
were you
Lengths
right?
with a cocktail of vitamins and fine castor oil. Strengthens hair's length and helps seal
Grammys
split
already
ends. Now with more complete long hair care. L5
No.
Dream Length.
Brittany Howard, you look incredible. How are you doing?
Well, thank you so much. I'm doing
Ooh,
wonderful. I haven't felt this dressed up in a year.
fucking.
I know. It's been a year of just wearing leggings and not seeing anybody. So it must feel very different. Congratulations on your nominations. What went through your mind when you got that call?
I was really surprised. I was really honored too. You know, this piece of work that I made, it was quite an effort. It was quite a risk. And then I also, you know, named it after my sister. So it felt like such a large part of me. And for it to be recognized and for me to be here with the album being nominated 5 times, for me to be here amongst friends and my peers and lots of women, I'm just, you know, beside myself, really.
Like you said, you named the album Jamie after your sister, which I think is so special. It really resonates with me because I also lost a sister when I was younger. So when I found that out, I just thought it was such a beautiful way to remember your sister. So I think it's so special. I imagine there's been a lot of fans that reached out to you about that aspect. What has that fan reaction been like?
You know, I've been really surprised by my fans. They've had a lot to say about a lot of different things I've talked about in my album. Even something like being biracial. You know, a woman that was in her late 50s just said, thank you for making this song, you know, because we have our experience too, especially the way she grew up. And I just never really thought about that. And I thought that was really interesting. And I don't know, I'd like to thank my fans for being so vulnerable to tell me stories about, you know, where they come from and who they are.
And something your fans definitely know is you always bring it with your performances, and you're going to be performing at the Grammys. So what can we expect? What can you tease?
What can I tease?
Oh my God, I love this reporter.
She's dress. Good. I can't tell you much, but I tell you I'm going to do the best I can. And I'm going to bring that je ne sais quoi that I bring to my performances. I want to connect with his audiences, even though they won't be there live. They'll be, you know, watching from their screens, and I still want to make that connection with them. So I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be emotional. I'm going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to be passionate about what I do.
Her outfit.
Well, we are so excited. And the rock categories are dominated by female and female-led acts, which is so incredible to see. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Oh, it's about time. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the history goes like women created rock and roll. You know, rock and roll is all about marginalized people and them wanting to have a voice and to feel powerful and to be heard. And, you know, I can't think of a better group. So here we are. It's about time. I'm excited. I'm proud. Let's see what happens.
Hi there. Welcome to Forward. Come on in. I'm Dr. Nate Favini. I'm our medical lead here at Forward, and I'm excited to be giving you a tour of our location.
All right, last thing I have to ask you about is I love that you are obsessed with fly fishing. It's such a random hobby that you enjoy doing. I went one time, and how do you have the patience for it? Because I didn't catch any fish, and I was out there all day.
I think it's just because my phone doesn't really work wherever I'm at. And I don't know, that works for me. That gives me the bandwidth, I guess, to untangle those knots and to keep trying.
When's the last time you were fly fishing, and how many fish did you get?
Oh, I went fly fishing last month. I probably caught about like 20 or something. They're pretty nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking with me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, the things you find out, right? A little fly fishing, going to the Grammys. Like, it's a full life. It's a well-rounded life. I love it.
Oh, my goodness. I fly fishing sounds cool, but I'm scared. I'm scared the hook would end up somewhere it shouldn't be.
All right, let's move on to Miranda Lambert. She has been a country staple at the Grammys. She's earned 21 nominations throughout her career, including 3 this year alone. Love her.
Jeremy again, my friend here. He caught up with the singer and the newlywed backstage at the Grammys earlier this week as she prepared to take the stage for the big night.
In my sweat. Very excited to be joined by the amazing Miranda Lambert. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So good. Thank you for taking a few minutes with us. So 3 nominations. Very exciting. What does it mean to you to be recognized in this way this year?
Well, this year it's nice to be recognized in any way because no one's been able to recognize anything because we've all been home. But
right.
It always means a lot to be involved in the Grammys and to be, this is prestigious. This is the most important thing we could do as singer-songwriters is be here at the Grammys and have our art celebrated. So I'm very thankful.
And so everyone, of course, excited for your performance. What can you tell us about it?
The set is beautiful. I just got to see it in person. It is so girly and fresh and pretty. And, you know, my band and I haven't seen each other in a really long time. We've seen each other here and there, but we haven't played music together. So I feel like just us being together playing Bluebird, there's this energy that's just like, I guess it's gratitude more than anything. We're just thankful to be doing what we do.
That's so great. If you had to sum up the look and the feel of the set and all of that, what would the word be?
I'd say it's got a peaceful vibe. It really makes you feel chill and good about life. And we all need that right now.
You're exactly right. We absolutely do. You know what? One thing that would bring me that on a regular basis is traveling around in an Airstream with the one I love. And it seems like you spent some time doing that. And it made me very jealous on the gram.
Well, thank you. I would be jealous too because I love it. And it's one of my favorite hobbies. And, you know, when you travel for a living, sometimes you don't want to travel on your time off. So that was another positive thing about being forced to be off tour is I got to go see some things.
Yeah. What was it? If you could sum up the highlight of that trip with Brendan, what would it be? What was the one place that you went that you just loved?
We've done a couple of them, but I think Charleston. Charleston is such a beautiful city. We had a great time.
And what's on the top of the playlist when you're, those long drives?
You know what we've been doing is the crime podcast, and they'll really suck you in. Like 6 hours goes by like that.
That's exactly right. What is it about it? I don't know, but you can't stop, right?
You get stuck on the date lines, and then the drive is over.
And then, we're talking about this recently announced new album. It's called the Marfa Tapes, right?
Yes.
Can you explain the meaning behind it and what people can expect?
My friends John Randall and Jack Ingram are Texas buddies of mine, and we've been writing songs together for a long time and been friends for years. And we've been going to Marfa, Texas, just middle of nowhere, to write songs and disappear in the desert. And we wrote like 15 to 20 songs, and I wasn't sure where they would all land. And, it's all three of us singing them and just playing around the campfire. So we just took a microphone and a camera guy, Spencer, and our engineer, Brandon, and the five of us just went out to the desert and recorded these songs, one take around the fire. It was very, it's just very acoustic. It feels like you're sitting right there. You can hear the wind and the cows, and it's something different, and I think that's one thing that I'm thankful for is having a year off. I could sort of branch out and do different types of music and not just have to do my regular grind,
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it.
It sounds like hearing you talk about it, the environment you were in really did contribute to the creative flow and kind of the inspiration. Talk to me about recording there and writing there versus in Nashville.
It's just got this, there's, for some reason, it's sort of it's an artist kind of hideout. It's become, they've shot a lot of movies there, and a lot of painters live there. There's art installations throughout the desert, but it's just kind of a little hidden secret. Well, not anymore, but it's just this vortex. I don't know, when you get out there, sort of like everything disappears and you just feel like you can let all the noise go away and sort of hear the songs that you have in you, and they sort of spilled out over the last 6 years, and we just wanted people to hear them.
I wonder, over the past year of the pandemic and quarantine and all of that, the number one thing you learned about yourself and the number one thing you learned about Brendan.
For the first 2 months, I learned every day wasn't Saturday. I ate like it was Saturday every day.
That's right. Just a vague day, right?
That doesn't work. Learn that. I was like, okay, that's fine. I can't live on vacation. Someone get me back on the tour bus on the track.
Yeah.
And Brendan, I learned that he really can put up with me. So that was good news.
You learn a lot about yourself and your spouse, right? When you're in that kind of situation.
Yeah. We were pretty much newlyweds when we, we got married not that long ago. And so we really had a lot of togetherness.
Yeah. In that
but it was good. It was good. We got to really get to know each other. It was fun.
In that Airstream, who's like the messier of the two?
Well, it depends if we have our dogs.
Oh,
it's a small
right.
space.
Yeah, right.
But definitely me. He's a clean freak.
Okay, well, good. All right. Hey, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking time, and congratulations again.
Oh, Miranda Lambert. She had me at the house that built me way back when.
Yeah. And by the way, that whole Airstream thing, you did a similar thing, like an RV trip all through the summer.
Cross country,
a lot of people
Jersey
do that.
to California.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, moving on to another artist who has been to the Grammys party many, many times, R&B singer, songwriter Anthony Hamilton. He had me at his song Charlene way back when. Don't listen to Charlie.
Oh, you're going all the way back? Okay.
Going back. He's been nominated for 17 Grammys and took home a win in 2009 for Best Traditional R&B Vocal Performance.
Now, we've got Entertainment Weekly's senior editor, Jared Hall, back again. He caught up with Anthony backstage as he prepped for his performance at Tonight Show. Check this out.
L5 Dream Lengths. Save that last inch and help seal split ends. From L'Oreal Paris.
The time has come. Go! This is not just another streaming app.
The tribe has spoken.
This is so much reality, it's unreal.
Yeah, buddy!
Paramount Plus, now streaming.
Skip.
Joining me now is a Grammy winner, a 17-time Grammy nominee, a singer, a songwriter, an author. So excited to be speaking with Anthony Hamilton. How are you?
I am great, man. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well, thank you. So I got to start with you have a new single. I think that I personally would love to hear about Mercy, featuring Tamika Mallory. This song starts with a really important spoken message. Tell me about that song and the emotions that went into the writing of that.
Well, with everything that happened in 2020, from the pandemic to the racial injustice and all of that, went into this song, and being a black man and having 6 black sons, it was a time of heavy hardness, and I wanted to write something that gave black men the strength and the okay to just not be okay, but still feel strong and supported. So Mercy was one of those songs, and I think having Tamika Mallory to set it up, this strong black figure in the black community, it allowed, people to see that we're still connected. It's almost like mother and father. We're setting it up, and for all those who needed that image and that to look forward to, I think it was very important to show that.
Yeah, well, it's very important, and I hope people are certainly checking it out. Also, I hope and think people are going to be checking out your performance. You're performing with Roddy Ricch, yes?
I'm here performing with my Carolina brother, and we're gonna represent Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh,
we're gonna put some bop in it, and
sure.
Yeah,
You are
rock star. We're gonna rock star it out. So the baby, Roddy, Anthony Hamilton.
Like I mentioned, 17-time Grammy nominee. You're a winner. I've got to know, what are your memories of Grammys past? What is a standout moment, one that you won't forget?
Wow, standout moment I won't forget. Rihanna.
Oh yes,
Nicki Echo and Rihanna's performance. I'm not far, maybe 3 rows back from the stage. It was just one of my favorite songs at that moment. So to see them perform that, it was incredible. And there was another one when Pink flew all over, dripping water all over me. I was like, how can I not remember that?
She's great anytime. Oh yeah, and I got to imagine when you won, that's one you don't forget too.
But that was a great one too. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about me, for the people.
No, of course.
Yeah, winning a Grammy, it was a real shocker. But I did it with Al Green, so it was, I didn't just win it for myself. I won it for my auntie and my grandmama and Uncle June. So it was a neighborhood Grammy.
Anthony, congrats on the new song. Looking forward to hearing more from you, and have a great Grammys. Thanks so much. I love you had dialed in with the hat. Got the look, right?
He always says that. I love him.
Yeah, all right. R&B singer Her has quickly become a Grammys mainstay, racking up 3 trophies and 13 nominations since she released her debut album. That was in 2017. She's already a winner tonight for Best R&B Song for Better Than I Imagined.
And she reps the Bay Area, so yeah.
She does.
That's one of 3 nominations she received this year, including Song of the Year for her protest anthem, I Can't Breathe. Take a look at how she said the nation's response to the death of George Floyd last year compelled her to write new songs.
I didn't really think, I'm going to write a song about this. It was actually me catching up with my friend who I write with a lot. She's like my big sister. And we were just having a conversation about everything going on. Like, isn't this crazy? Like, what can we do? And I just wish things would change. And we're saying all these things. And I had my guitar in my hands and the song kind of just happened. And I started singing, I can't breathe, taking my life from me. I can't breathe. You take it.
If I'm someplace I would need a vodka, can you bring me something? Babe, it's so expensive and spend my money and things I take my life from me.
And it all just came organically. It was easy to write because of everything that was just flowing. It was so much going on, and we shouldn't have to see these things. We shouldn't have to watch them, but it's good that it's being exposed. And that I think 2020 was a big eye opener. I think we're suffocating as a people every day. There's a fear of being shot, or killed or accused of something that we didn't do. I don't know. I think it's just freedom is not living in fear.
How do we judge off the color? The structure was made to make us the enemy.
Fortunately, I was still able to be creative and do my thing and give people hope through music. So it makes me hopeful that if I can do that, then, it starts with us. I think it starts with us individually. And we've had a lot of eye openers. Like I said, 2020 was a year of realizing a lot of things and seeing a lot of things and different personalities and people being exposed a little bit. What's crazy about music is music influences people, and it's like timestamps. It helps so much. When it comes to history and explaining what's going on, people really listen to music. It's a language that everybody speaks. Music is literally what we go to. We go to it for everything. We feel like falling in love, when we feel like learning something, when we work out, when we are sad, and music is always there. So as an artist, I feel like I have a responsibility to use my creativity to express what's going on in today's times, and kind of be like a Marvin Gaye or a Nina Simone and use my emotions and my creativity to educate people, to teach people, to start a movement, to help a movement. And yeah, it's important. It's very important.
All right, guys, time check here. We are officially less than 1 hour away. I think we should cheers it again. From music's biggest night, the 63rd annual Grammy Awards. We're excited for a lot. Beyonce, the big nominee of the night. Of course, but we were talking about this before. There's so much talent emerging that even though she's got the most nominations, we haven't talked about her a ton leading up to the Grammys because we've been spending a lot of time.
I think it might have been just like an effective. Of course, Beyonce. Did you watch Black is King? Did you see any of that? So of course she's going to be heavily nominated. But yeah, just to have her in the mix yet again. She already has I think 22 plus Grammys sitting somewhere. Where does she keep these things?
Well, that's everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Got a whole room probably.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, like a whole wing dedicated to that. We've been talking about Jhené Aiko, who you love. It's I love that steamy music. Her steamy music.
Oh my goodness.
Gonna show up.
We were talking about Jhené Aiko's album and how it has just given us life. But she was kind of a slow burn artist. I've been saying this. Yeah. She has put out great music back to back to back to back. But this is the first time she's really getting just a lot of the love from the Academy that she deserves. So I'm so excited to see her.
Harry Styles, that big opening show.
Yes, I'm sure. Olivia Wilde will be watching Harry Styles opening.
T Swift, Dua Lipa. We already talked to Dua Lipa a little earlier. Just huge, phenomenal year.
Yeah.
So we're excited for that. And as we have been mentioning and saying as well, we expect that the performances are going to have a lot of heart, especially considering the year we've been through as a nation, as a world. But these artists are connected to the fans and the themes that the fans have and the feelings that they've gone through through a tremendous loss and also that we're kind of excited to hopefully see things turn.
And it's a little different than some of the award shows that we've seen. It's not all pre-recorded. They're really going to be hitting these stages. So we're going to be seeing live music en masse for the first time that we have.
Can't wait to see these guys live at some point. The Grammys, they were quick to take notice of Black Pumas, a band known for their unique sound. Last year, they received a Best New Artist nomination. Now the duo is up for 3 trophies, including Record of the Year, as well as Album of the Year for their self-titled debut collection.
Yeah, co-host of the People TV show, Kay Adams, chatted with the band about how their success has surpassed all of their expectations.
7 out of 10 deaths in the US are caused by chronic illnesses that are preventable, like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. In the traditional healthcare system, people only go to the doctor when they're sick. That's why companies like Forward are empowering doctors with cutting-edge technology to fix this problem.
Expectations.
Joined now by Black Pumas, nominated for 3 Grammys this year. Adrian, tell us about the moment you found out that you were nominated. What was that morning like?
We were eating breakfast at a Mexican restaurant, and I was kind of like getting a lot of texts about it and watching it. And then I finally told my wife, she was like, we have to get the laptop and stream this. What are you doing? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'll just find out through text. She's like, what are you talking about? So she got the laptop out, and we started watching it from there. But I mean, it was incredible because the build-up, you know, we got 1 nomination and obviously had a little celebration and kind of go through all the emotions, but then another couple more come, and it's just like this kind of wild roller coaster ride.
I didn't make it a big deal myself, but I wasn't expecting to be nominated once, let alone 3 times.
Hey, Grandma, I'm nominated for 3 Grammys this year. Wow.
So yeah, I definitely called my uncle, and that he's been my inspiration and kind of songwriting coach since I started writing. So yeah, it was amazing.
Black Pumas nominated for not 1, not 2, but 3 Grammys. 2 of them, by the way, the big awards, album and record of the year, the major categories. Adrian, let's start with you. How big of a deal is that for you personally?
Oh, it's massive. You know, it's almost kind of hard to believe and take in. Sometimes I have to pinch myself every once in a while that we're in this situation, but it feels good. You know, it feels good because we work hard and we like that people are actually connecting with the music.
I mean, I'm still just pinching myself just the same. You know, my family is very proud and, you know, grew up in and around Hollywood. And so it just feels like a coming home, so to speak. So I'm quite taken, you know, by the opportunity to be a part of the conversation.
When you look, Adrian, at, you know, even just Best Album, Dua Lipa, Coldplay, what have you learned about just the worldview of music, knowing that you have a place with this sound that you two created in that mix of those top tier blockbuster talents?
I try not to think about it, but every once in a while, I think I remind myself, like, it's okay to feel good about that. You know, I'm always like thinking that, like, it's all fleeting, and, you know, honestly, like Eric said, we'd be making music no matter what, but it's okay, I think, to remind yourself that we created something special and that we're part of the conversation with acts like that resonate with so many people around the world. So it's pretty amazing.
You had a premonition that things would take off quite quickly for the Black Pumas, and that ended up being true. Was this what you expected?
I expected it to take off quickly. This has surpassed my expectations. Every once in a while, Eric will be like, hey, you know, I'm like, oh, we're way beyond what I told you I thought was going to happen, you know, because I mean, I could feel it early on. I could feel a lot of buzz and synergy between Eric and I musically, but this is surpassed. We're in the whole other stratosphere right now.
I knew that it was a unique sound and that it would work quite well. As soon as I heard the initial tracks sent to me by Adrian, he worked up these really beautiful instrumentals for me to write songs on. And once I was able to finish a few of them that we recorded at the studio, I knew that it would be a really cool thing, especially that Adrian was open to hearing songs from me, you know, where the music started for me as well. And to see those things, to see us come together with a glove in hand, it felt like we were going to at least be able to continue to do it, whether we were nominated for Grammys or not.
Amazing. Good luck at the Grammys, guys. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Love those guys. And
Go Black Pumas.
I love that it feels like we could just be hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Super low key, right?
Yeah. They're like, wait, what? I got a Grammy?
Love it life. Next up, we got a bit of a Grammys love story here. Singer-songwriters Julia Michaels and JP Sachs are up for Song of the Year for their emotional duet, If the World Was Ending, which you cannot get out of your head. Not that you would want to.
They started dating after writing the ballad together, and now fans and critics alike can't get enough of their sibling chemistry.
Yeah, so JP talked to us about the moment when everything came together to create this song. Wow.
This one's the perfect gift for the friend who's been getting a little too comfortable during quarantine, maybe your son, a father, or your boyfriend, in which case it's really a gift for watch.
You know, sometimes there's just this critical mass of serendipity, emotion, and connection where, you know, the lyric was something that I had had in my journal forever. I'd written "If the World Was Ending, You'd Come Over Right" as the chorus for a different song, but that didn't fit that song a year and a half earlier. That didn't really fit that song. I found that often my next song comes as a failed attempt at finishing my last one, which I think is a nice metaphor. So it just sat in my journal. I didn't know what to do with it until that earthquake reminded me of it. And then it happened to be right before the session with Julia. And then Julia had been at a concert during the earthquake and had all these thoughts about that. And just sort of a lot of things have to go right to arrive at those 2 hours where it just comes together.
But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You'd come over and you'd stay the night.
I think people forget that it felt a little bit like the world was ending before 2020 also. So, yeah, when we wrote the song, we were thinking about a hypothetical catastrophe, making all of the things that get in the way of love just seem no longer relevant. Of course, we did not anticipate just how not hypothetical that would become 6-7 months later. But, you know, I think the song sort of latched on to people's better angels amongst a really, you know, terrifying moment for all of us. And it brought me a lot of joy seeing the way that song connected to the parts of people that wanted to put love first when everything seemed like it was going to crap.
I know, you know, we know we're made for each other and it's fine.
I did not anticipate that I would walk in to Westlake Studios on Beverly Boulevard on a Sunday and both find the love of my life and my first really big song.
If the world was ending, you come over right. You come over, you come over, you come over right.
My grandfather had won a Grammy. He won the Grammy for Best Solo Instrumental Classical Album in 1997 for his recording of the Bach Cello Suites. So to fast forward 20 plus years and having that moment myself was pretty surreal, pretty lifetime full circle. Made me feel really connected to my mom and grandfather because I could hear them screaming in my head. Yeah, it was extremely special.
A big part of what makes a company successful is whether or not they have a brand, B-R-A-N-D, almost misspelled.
What a great moment for JP as a first-time nominee. I have to say, I think they got a lot of exes back together with that song.
I think you're exactly right. Like the breakup song or the reconnection song of the pandemic. This is Julia's third nomination. She had 2 nods back in 2018 for Song of the Year and Best New Artist.
She also told us about their experience making the track and how the collaboration came about.
I was a fan of JP, and I actually I DM'd him because I was like, hey, I would love to write with you. And then we finally got the chance to, and this was the first song we ever wrote together. It was just him and I at the piano. He was like, I have this idea that I've been saving for you. And he was like, I want to write a song where it's like, you know, if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? And basically just from there, it just sort of flowed out.
But if the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over and you stay the night.
We were talking about the earthquakes in LA, and we were talking about is getting in a petty fight with somebody, is that a reason not to talk to somebody in a time when, you know, things are going really bad? And that was basically when we wrote it, sort of the whole premise of the song. And then we put it out, and then it was a really remarkable situation. Writing for me and just music in general to me has always been a very intimate thing. It's why you've never really seen my songwriting. It's why I've never had cameras in the room. You've never seen me in the studio. It's because I don't like cameras in the studio. If I have a camera, I'm the one that has it. You know, I don't like. It's a very intimate thing for me, and it's a very intimate thing for artists and songwriters. And, you know, we talk about a lot of really deep things and personal things. And that's that has always been a really safe space for me, being in the studio and singing for me. And I knew the song was special, but I didn't know that it would do what it did, and I'm so grateful that it has, because it's been a really special journey.
If the world was ending, you come over.
You come over right. If the world was ending, you come over right.
I feel like, Song of the Year is it's sort of all encompassing. It's it's about the words, and it's about just the song as a whole, and just being nominated for a song that I wrote with somebody that I love, and the Recording Academy taking in those words and thinking that they're good enough to be nominated it's special to me, because I've been a songwriter my whole life. I don't have words. It's amazing.
Really means a lot, and you can tell.
I love
Let's
her.
move on to this. The Haim sisters. They are making their return to the Grammys tonight. Esty, Danielle, and Alana
Sorry,
were
I'm
first
cooking at
nominated
the
back in
same time.
2015 for Best New Artist. Now they are up for the evening's biggest honor,
is
Album of the Year. Huge.
Yeah,
Amazing.
the sisters delayed the release of their latest
I
album,
don't have
Women in
words,
Music
but I have
Part
the
3,
music.
due to the pandemic, and now they're opening up about how working as a family informs their music.
I think for this album, it was more just whatever sounds good, keep it, and let's move along. And it made it almost more just exciting, I think. So everything that's been happening with the album's just been shocking and like so surprising.
I think we really, funny enough, made this record thinking that we would tour it for a very long time. I think while we were making it, we were getting really excited about planning our new show and going on tour and really just hitting the road as soon as we put it out. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, which was really sad. And I think we're all still kind of going through playing shows and like the sadness that comes from just not being able to tour. But I think it also made us excited, because I do know like when it's safe enough to go on tour and play shows, I feel like everyone's going to be so excited to go to shows.
I don't think that we've ever really, quote unquote, taken a break from being creative. I think that it's definitely like a muscle that you have to flex every day in order to, you got to keep your tools sharp.
Because we're sisters and we're family, it's so easy to trust who you're working with. And it just felt like a big, crazy family making this record. And now that it's done, it still feels like crazy that it's out. I don't know, even though it's been out for a while now, but it does feel crazy that people have been listening to.
This is not just another streaming app. What? Are you joking me, bro?
Do it.
Every time I think that I've been taking the steps, you and them mad at me for making a mess.
When we started our band, we considered ourselves a live band before anything else. Like we always loved playing live. Like we would play any venue, including parking lots, and open up for anybody under the sun. And I think touring is a huge part of our hearts, and I think not being able to do that it's heartbreaking. And I think honestly, like we're waiting by the phone to be like, for someone to be like, hey, touring is happening, and then I'll play any place no matter what.
I think the thing for us, I mean, maybe this might just be me, but I think that the thing that always drew us to being able to perform is that you kind of get to become almost like the 2.0 version of yourself when you're on stage. And I think I'm pretty great now, but I'm even better when I'm on stage performing in front of people, and I feel the best about myself and just in my body. I think I genuinely just love performing.
We love being in a band. It's a very powerful thing being in a band. Like it feels like a very powerful thing. And being women, I mean, we just want to keep going and keep making music and not stopping.
Every day I wake up and I think money for myself. I know we share, but you know that I don't need your help.
There's always been women in rock, and kind of, a bummer that maybe they weren't necessarily recognized in that category before, at least not, many. maybe one every year. So it feels like it's cool. It's cool. And I mean, all the women nominated are amazing and incredible. I can't believe we're in the same category as the other women. And yeah, it's cool.
So incredible. Glad they're getting the attention they're getting. Tonight, we're also keeping an eye on country singer Ingrid Andress.
She received 3 Grammy nods, including the coveted Best New Artist trophy and Best Country Album. She's even tied with Miranda Lambert for the most nominations of any country artist this year.
Excited for this category. The veteran songwriter waited years to release her own material. She told us why now was finally the right time to put it all out.
We put the album out anyway, even though I wasn't able to tour it, because I was like, you know what? Music is the one thing we still have, even in a pandemic. So let's just put it out. And I wasn't expecting anything crazy because I'm still super new and touring is what helps people get to know who you are. So the fact that people related to the album so much was like probably the best part of my year, of just seeing people, even though we didn't get to see each other in person, you know, just connect to the stories and make us all realize that we're more alike.
My doctor requires no insurance.
No copay.
And I get to see her as many times as I want.
I signed a deal when I knew who I was as a person and knew what I wanted to say and didn't let anybody tell me what I could or couldn't do. So to me, I'm very thankful because for me, it's never been about like being famous. To me, it's like, are the songs good? Are the stories true? Can people relate to them? If you had told me this when I signed 2 years ago, I would have been like, nah, you're lying. So pretty crazy. The day that they were announcing the Grammys, I was just going about my normal daily routine of like doing nothing, watering my plants. And so, yeah, I watched the live stream not thinking, I thought maybe country song, but probably not because I'm still brand new. So the fact that that happened, I was like, whoa, like that made my year like even weirder. Like 2020 was my year, said nobody ever except for me.
I'm a lady like, whoa, I can bring you to your knees and get you kicked out the garden beat.
So it just like, to be honest, like I've watched the Grammys for a very long time. So the fact that I'll even be able to be a part of it is still pretty mind-blowing. I just have always appreciated their quality or what they hold everybody to. And I love that, you know, there's room for all different types of expression and art. And that to me has been really cool to be a part of because yes, I obviously love country music, but there is something about just appreciating just the craftsmanship of music and getting to celebrate that with a bunch of other talented people who are just as passionate about what they're doing as you are. And you don't always get to be in a room like that. In fact, most of the time you don't get to be in a room like that. So to me, that's kind of what I've been looking forward to about it the most and what makes it so special.
Love her music, can't get enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can you believe it? Flew by.
You.
We're getting
I know.
there. Final thoughts.
Oh goodness. I'm excited for all the rap, hip hop, R&B. I mean, Megan Thee Stallion, DaBaby performing.
Baby, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah. Let's
Hosting.
talk about the host. Okay.
Yeah, so good. Also, we talked to DaBaby earlier. You guys watch. He's got the best date ever. His mom is with him. They are having fun. They are looking good.
Cute. She's a lady in red. Just you can spot her.
Yeah, spot her on the thing there. Thank you so much for watching tonight.
Thank you so much for watching. And head over to CBS to see who wins big at this year's Grammy Awards.
All right.
Night, you guys.
Cheers. Woo!
All right. I'm going to do my commercial for Jello Gelatin. This is, I believe, word for word. Shut the... Turn that off. I'm just trying to get the right angle. Sorry, I'm trying to pull Mariah Carey. Back in Minnesota, my friend Susie and I loved desserts. And we loved our sweaters that hid our love of desserts. Then I moved to LA, and the sweaters had to go. Well, that's when I discovered sugar-free Jello Gelatin. Just 10 little tiny calories. Hey, Susie, you need some sweaters? Legit commercial. Now, back to the program already in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, the interim president and CEO and national chair of the Recording Academy, Mr. Harvey Mason Jr.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to welcome you all to our 63rd Grammy Awards premiere ceremony, a very special celebration of so many talented people and the unlimited power of music. As we roll out our virtual red carpet before music's biggest night, I'd like to congratulate this year's nominees for lifting the spirit of our planet and bringing joy to a world in quarantine. When we needed hope, your voices touched our hearts. When we felt alone or disconnected, your music helped close the social distance. At times when so much was wrong, your art awakened our consciousness and showed us the light. Today, we celebrate you. Now, most people only think about the Recording Academy on Grammy night. But for the other 364 days of the year, the Academy is doing so much important work to serve its members and support the entire music community. In this unique year shaped by COVID, that work was especially important. As we all know, exactly a year ago, venues started closing and bookings disappeared literally overnight, with livelihoods disappearing with them. Through the generosity of so many of you, the Academy and Music Cares was able to help. Our COVID-19 relief fund raised and distributed over $22 million, which so far has gone to support more than 25,000 music creators and professionals. Next, as federal and state and local governments began to respond to COVID, through our advocacy efforts, the Academy and its members lobbied to make sure that hard-hit music people, many of whom are gig workers, are self-employed, were top of mind in the stimulus packages. And finally, our Grammy Museum and educational programs continue to introduce and educate the next generation to music in its many forms. I know I speak for all of us when I say that I'm certain Better days lie ahead. We look forward to being with you in person, brought together, as always, by music. But now we celebrate the achievements of all of you in this extraordinary year. And in this extraordinary day, we honor you for your excellence. So let's get the show going. I'm delighted to introduce to you a performance by 20 of this year's nominees with a special musical tribute to Marvin Gaye's Mercy, Mercy Me on its 50th anniversary, as poignant and as timeless as ever. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards premiere ceremony.
I need to pause that because he fucking threw up in my bed. Move, cat. Oh, she's beautiful, violin girl.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Where did all the blue skies go? Boys, if it's the wind that blows from the north and south and east.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no.
Oh, you're wasted on the ocean and up on the seas. Fish from the mercury.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground is in the sky. They're the most important who live nearby.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
Oh, things ain't what they used to be. Whoa.
Oh, it's overcrowded. How much more of you from man can't you stand? Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Mercy, mercy me. How things that not they used to be. No, no, no.
Where did all the blue skies go? Winds of the wind that blows from the north and south and east.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No. No, wasted on our ocean and upon our sea. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy.
She has 3 Grammy nominations this year for Album of the Year, Best Progressive R&B Album, and Best R&B Performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of our Grammy premiere, Jhené Aiko.
What's up, everybody? I'm so excited to be your host this afternoon. Welcome to the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards premiere ceremony. First, I'd like to thank all the nominees who participated in this amazing musical tribute to Marvin Gaye's Mercy, Mercy Me. On its 50th anniversary, this song continues to be relevant to our sense of humanity, and the lyrics continue to move our souls. Thank you to all for keeping the dream alive. Before we begin, some quick reminders and cyber facts. We have around 350 nominees live in our virtual rooms waiting to hear those magic words, and the Grammy goes to. So let's hear it from the nominees. Yeah. That's impressive. We will also take you on a world tour with our performers so you can enjoy their music and the beauty of our planet. Also, given the circumstances of this virtual universe and the length of our show, we will only show the winner of each category, and he, she, or they will have 30 seconds for the acceptance speech. As you know, this virtual space has no limits, but we want to keep the show flowing smoothly. So please, keep your speeches short and sweet like me. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's begin with the first categories.
For Best Dance Recording, the nominees are Diplo and Side Piece, Disclosure, Amine and Slow Tie, Flume, Toro y Moi, Jada G, Kaytranada, and Kali Uchis.
And the Grammy goes to Kaytranada featuring Kali Uchis.
Wow. Just want to thank Kali Uchis for the record. Most importantly, I want to thank Neil for the mixing. I want to thank Lauren for the vocal engineering. And I want to thank the whole team, man. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Want to thank the Academy. Peace.
For Best Dance Electronic Album, the nominees are Arca, Bauer, Disclosure, Kaytranada, Madion.
And the Grammy goes to Kaytranada.
I want to thank, oh my God, man, this is crazy. This is insane. I want to thank Neil for the mixing. I want to thank Lauren. I want to thank the whole management. I want to thank the booking agents, the creative directors, the design team. Like, this is insane. I'm taking this one back to Montreal. Thank my family. Thank everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Thank the whole cast, everybody.
For Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, the nominees are Christian Scott Atunde Ajawa, John Batiste, Black Violin, Gregor Murray, Romain Collin, and Bill Frisell, Snarky Puppy.
And the Grammy goes to, Snarky Puppy.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be even in the same sentence
as Christian, John, Greg, Bill, Roman, Black Violin. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Mike Chan and Carmen Andrews, his idea to make this record. Shout out to the Royal Albert Hall, legendary room, beautiful people. Thanks to our record label, Ground Up Music, and a fellow nominee, Becca Stevens. And normally, I thank the band on behalf of the band. I want to thank our crew, the greatest crew in the world. We love you. Thank you so much. Everybody take care. Thanks.
For Best Instrumental Composition, the nominated composers are Arturo Ocarril, Christian Sands, Alexandre Desplat, Maria Schneider, Remy LeBoeuf.
And the Grammy goes to Maria Schneider.
Wow. I wish to thank every musician in my band that brought Sputnik to life with your own expressive and masterful contributions, and most especially gratitude and admiration go to the one-of-a-kind Scott Robinson, whose highly individualistic, soloistic voice and improvisation on Sputnik is quite simply otherworldly and extraordinary. Thank you.
For Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella, the nominated arrangers are Hildur Guðnadóttir, John Beasley, Remy LeBoeuf, Alvin Chia, and Jarrett Johnson. Jeremy Levy.
And the Grammy goes to John Beasley.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. To all the nominees, I'm grateful to be among you. I owe my whole career to Black musicians, Black American music, and to the Black community that nurtured and taught me, to Charlie Parker and Miles Davis, who wrote Donna Lee, the arrangement, to the loyalty and the talent of my band, Monkestra, show up for every gig, all the rehearsals, Mac Avenue Records, to my wife and manager, Lorna, and to my agents, to my dad, who taught me everything I know about music. And to my daughter, Sierra, thank you very much for hanging in with me during all these times. And I'd like to say I'm a product of arts education in the schools, so I hope that we can do even better job of inspiring our young artists through public education.
For Best Arrangement, Instruments, and Vocals, the nominated arrangers are John Beasley and Maria Mendez. Aaron Bentledge, Sarah Gazarek, Janae Kendrick, and Amanda Taylor. Alan Broadbent and Pat Metheny. Jacob Collier. Talia Billig, Nick Hard, and Becca Stevens.
In oddly specific news, it's free to sell sneakers over $100 on eBay, and their authenticity guarantee protects sellers too, while other sites take up to 25%. Sneakerheads staring at their collections are calling this a game changer.
And the Grammy goes to Jacob Collier.
Thank you so much. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm so unbelievably thrilled. Thank you so much to Rhapsody for being a stupendous part of this song and bringing a beautiful poetic nature to this. Thank you to Julie Easterlin, Becca Stevens, Nate Schramm, Malika Tyrolean for bringing their astounding vocals to this arrangement. This is fantastic. Thank you to the whole team at QJP. This is an incredibly exciting time to be an artist, and I'm super, super thrilled to accept this award. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. See you later. Bye.
For Best Music Video, the nominees are Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, and WizKid, Astrid Edwards, Aya Kaido, Jean Moujon, Jen Niheru, Nathan Scherer, and Aaron Williams. Future and Drake, Harv Glazer, and Julian Christian Lutz. Anderson .Paak, Dave Meyers, and Nathan Scherer. Harry Styles, Dave Meyers, and Nathan Scherer. Woodkid, Horace Dugansburg, and Johan Lemoine.
And the Grammy goes to Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and Wizkid.
Oh my God, she's stunning.
Thank you to the Most High. Gratitude to the Recording Academy for this incredible honor. Thank you to Beyonce for seeing me in your vision for this important song and for this moment. I collect this award on behalf of She and I. Thank you to everyone at Iconoclast and Parkwood and each and every incredible person who worked on this important project. And most importantly, for each and every black, brown, indigenous woman and girl, this moment is yours. You are the source. Never forget that. Thank you.
For Best Music Film, the nominees are Beastie Boys, Amanda Adelson, Jason Baum, and Spike Jonze. Beyonce, Emmanuel Ajay, Lauren Baker, Blitz Bazawule, Kwesi Forjur, Akin Omotoso, Nathan Shearer, Jeremy Sullivan, and Aaron Williams. Freestyle Love Supreme, Andrew Freed, Jill Furman, Thomas Kale, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Serena Roma, Jenny Steingart, and John Steingart. Linda Ronstadt, Rob Epstein, Michelle Faranola, Jeffrey Friedman, and James Keach. ZZ Top, Sam Dunn, and Scott McFadden.
And the Grammy goes to Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. I want to thank Linda Ronstadt for allowing us to make this movie, and Rob Friedman, Jeffrey Epstein, Heidi Scharf, John Boylan, Jake Kuczynski, and Janet Stark, everybody on the team. It's fantastic. And most of all, I want to thank one of the most remarkable women in the world for letting us do this, Linda Ronstadt, and of course, CNN for broadcasting. Thank you very much.
Let's turn this musical celebration up a notch with a dazzling song and a magical voice in Espanol. She's a beautiful, queer, Afro-Colombian Canadian who received a Grammy nod in the category of Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album for her homage to her homeland. Please enjoy this surreal performance by Lido Pimienta.
Oh, it's okay, baby.
Hoy te vi sentada en la arena. Hoy te sentí peleando en la marea. Mírame a la cara cuando me hables y no me digas nada si no quieres. Pero no me falles, me duele. No exagero cuando te digo, pero no me falles, me duele. No exagero cuando, no exagero cuando. Eso que tú haces, eso que tú haces, eso que tú haces, no es amor, no es amor. ves, pero no me falle, me duele. No exagero cuando te digo, pero no me falle, me duele. No exagero cuando, no exagero cuando, eso que tú haces, eso que tú haces, eso que tú haces, no es amor, no es amor.
In oddly specific news, it's free to sell sneakers over $100 on eBay, and their authenticity guarantee protects sellers too. While other sites take up to 25%, sneakerheads staring at their collections are calling this a game changer.
Thank you, Lito. That was so enchanting. And now let's continue the show. To help me present categories and give out more Grammys, we've invited the heir of a musical legend from Mexico who has made a name for herself with great talent and hard work. She also earned a Grammy nomination this year in the Best Regional Mexican Album category. Mexican Music Album category. Please welcome Lupita Infante.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here and to be part of this exciting ceremony. And I want to wish you all the best. Let's give out some more Grammys.
Emeralds.
Here are the next categories.
For Best New Age Album, the nominees are Laurie Anderson, Tenzin Chigiyal, and Jesse Paris Smith. Priya Darshini, Superposition. Jim Kimo West, Corey Wong, and Jean-Baptiste.
And the Grammy goes to More Guitar Stories, Jim Kimo West.
For Best Gospel Performance Song, the nominees are Melvin Crispell III, Ricky Dillard, Tiff Joy, and David Frazier. LaShawn Daniels, Rodney Jerkins, Lecrae Moore, and Jazz Nixon. Travis Green, Daryl L. Howell, Jonathan Caleb McReynolds, Courtney Jamal Pollard, and Terrell Demetrius Wilson.
And the Grammy goes to Moving On by Daryl L. Howell. Daryl cannot be here with us, and I will accept this Grammy on their behalf.
For Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance Song, the nominees are Carrie Job, Cody Carnes, and Elevation Worship. Denicia Andrews, Jones Terrence Antonio, Saint Bodie, Raphael X. Brown, Brittany Coney, Kirk Franklin, Lasana Harris, Shama Joseph, Stuart Lowry, Lecrae Moore, and Nathaniel St. Fleur. We the Kingdom. Torrin Wells and Jen Johnson, Chuck Butler, Chrissy Nordoff, Jordan Sapp, Alexis Slifer, Zach Williams and Dolly Parton, Casey Beathard and Jonathan Smith.
From rare dead stock to the latest release, new or pre-owned, the drops never stop. eBay, authenticity guaranteed.
And the Grammy goes to Casey Beathard, Jonathan Smith, and Zach Williams. Zach Williams and Dolly Parton.
Oh my goodness. Hey, thank you guys so much. Without God, obviously none of this is possible. This is Jonathan here, and I think I can speak for myself and Casey. We are so grateful for this opportunity. We want to thank Dolly Parton for being a champion from day one in the song. Thank our families. Thank the Academy. Hey, we love you guys. Thanks so much.
For Best Gospel Album, the nominees are Anthony Brown and Group Therapy, Myron Butler, Ricky Dillard, PJ Morton, Kiera Sheard.
And the Grammy goes to PJ Morton.
I'm still nervous at home. It's crazy, but thank you to everybody involved in this album. It's a full circle moment for me. Going back to my roots and doing my first gospel album, I have to thank my family, Courtney, Jakai, P3, Peyton, and all the artists a part of this album that made the vision possible. Commission, the Clark sisters, Kim Burrell, Jay Moss, Kirk Franklin, Jermaine Dolly, Lena Bird, Miles, Leandria Johnson, Mary, Darryl Wallace, Zacardi Cortez, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, Brian Courtney Wilson, Travis Green, Smokey Norfolk, Yolanda Adams. I had to read that song.
For Best Contemporary Christian Music Album, the nominees are Cody Carnes, Hillsong Young and Free, We the Kingdom, Torrin Wells, Kanye West.
And the Grammy goes to Jesus is King, Kanye West. On his behalf. Kanye can't be here with us, and I will accept this Grammy on his behalf.
For Best Roots Gospel Album, the nominees are Mark Bishop, The Crab Family, The Irwins, This Jubilee Singers, Ernie House, and Signature Sound.
And the Grammy goes to Celebrating Fisk, the 50th anniversary album, Fisk Jubilee Singers.
Oh God, hallelujah. I just want to thank God. I thank Shannon Sanders and our wonderful team of engineers. I thank our wonderful guest artists. I thank Curb Records, John Claw in particular, and his team. I'm very grateful to Butch Spiriton and his staff. I thank the Fisk University family. I thank the Ryman Auditorium staff for their wonderful help. And all the fans around the world, thank you so much. Hallelujah.
For Best Recording Package, the nominated art directors are Pilar Zeta, Kyle Goen, and Alex Calacino, Julian Gross and Hannah Hooper, Jordan Butcher, Doug Cunningham and Jason Noto.
And the Grammy goes to Doug Cunningham and Jason Noto for Vols 11 and 12.
So, thank you guys. Thanks Academy. Jay, you want to hit up?
Yeah, thank you, the Academy. Thank you, Kristen Welsh from Sam. Thank you, Josh Homme from Queens, and all the decision people and
folks at Matador Records. And yeah, we're super excited. It's awesome.
Thank you.
For Best Box or Special Limited Edition Package, the nominated art directors are Lynn V.A. Anderson, Simon Erith, Paul McCartney, and James Musgrave, Lisa Glines and Doran Tyson, Jeff Schultz and Paul A. Taylor, Lawrence Azarad and Jeff Tweedy, Michael Chena and Molly Smith.
From rare dead stock to the latest release, new or pre-owned, the drops never stop. eBay, authenticity guaranteed.
And the Grammy goes to Lawrence Azarad and Jeff Tweedy for Ode to Joy.
Thank you. I share this Grammy with my co-creator on this project, Jeff Tweedy, one of the most authentic artists of our time. We want to thank our spouses, Julie Muncie and Sue Tweedy, our families, the entire Wilco team, and everyone who helped make this project and support it. And in this age, when we're literally connected digitally, a plea to support the art, the packages, the live performances when we can have them again, that make up the full diversity of the experience so we can connect to music and each other more deeply. Thank you, everyone.
For Best Album Notes, the nominated writers are Tim Brooks, Scott B. Bomar, Bob Mayer, Colin Hancock, David Sager.
And the Grammy goes to Bob Murr for Dead Man's Pop.
Thank you. I want to thank the replacements first and foremost, their team, Darren Hill, John Kastner, Chrissy Dunlap, especially at Rhino, Mark Pincus, Jason Elsey, my partner Jason Jones, who produces all these with me, our audio team, Brian Kehoe, Justin Perkins, Chris Bellman, and especially Matt Wallace, my wife Coco, my family. And I'd like to dedicate this to three friends who I lost: Tommy Keene, my uncle Shirzad, and my brother Ali Borgay. Thank you.
For Best Historical Album, the nominees are Megan Hennessy and Richard Martin, Zeb Feldman, Will Friedwald, George Klaben, and Matthew Luthens, Michael Graves, Lee Ladiga, and Cheryl Pavelski, Trevor Guy, Bernie Grunman, Michael Howe, and Kirk Johnson, Carolyn Auger and Miles Schoel, Richard Dodd and Bela Fleck.
And the Grammy goes to Michael Graves, Lee Lodiga, and Cheryl Paweski for Such a Good Feeling.
Wow. On the War Recordings thanks the Academy for honoring the historical importance of Mr. Rogers. His neighborhood was one of the places kids growing up in the last century were first exposed to jazz. Our gratitude to the Fred Rogers Company for trusting us with his profound legacy. Thanks to Morgan Neville and Robert Bianco. And of course, Lee, Mike, and I all have unfair advantages. Without Cynthia, Joy, and Audrey, we could not do this work. Let's celebrate an enduring legacy of kindness, surely something we all need more of. It's such a good feeling. Thank you.
For Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, the nominated engineers are Sean Everett, Bob Ludwig, and Ivan Wayman. Paul Blakemore, Gary Pachosa, and Mike Robinson. Drew Brown, Julian Berg, Andrew Coleman, Paul Epworth, Sean Everett, Serban Gania, David Greenbaum, John Hayes, Beck Hansen, Jason Joshua, Greg Kirsten, Mike Larson, Cole MGN, Randy Merrill, Alex Pasco, and Matt Wiggins. Sean Everett, Shawnee Gandhi, Adam Grover, and Gary Pachosa.
And the Grammy goes to Drew Brown, Julian Berg, Andrew Coleman, Paul Epworth, Sean Everett, Serban Gani.
I'm just gonna stop reading this now.
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks, everybody. I just have to thank all the engineers, especially David Greenbaum, who we really did a lot on this record together. And of course, Pharrell, the architect for the sound of this whole record. This whole sound part of making records is such an important part for all of us. And we're really grateful for this award. Thank you so much.
For Best Remixed Recording, the nominees are R.A.C., Morgan Page, Louis Vega, Imobek Z.E. Kinov, Haywire.
And the Grammy goes to Imanbek Zikinov for Roses.
Thanks my mom, thanks my dad, thanks my team, thanks my label Effective Records, thanks my manager Kirill, thanks Grammy. Look at the label.
Here you go, Grammy, go.
For Best Engineered Album, Classical, the nominated engineers are Bernd Gotinger, Silas Brown, David Frost, and John Kurswell. Jesse Lewis and Kyle Pike, Alexander Lipai and Dimitri Lipai, Silas Brown, David Frost, and Charlie Post.
And the Grammy goes to Silas Brown, David Frost, and Charlie Post.
Wow, this is great. I would like to thank my amazing, beautiful wife, Charlotte, and son, Luca, my daily inspiration. I also wish to thank my parents and family, friends, colleagues, and fellow CSOA staff members for their support. Much gratitude to my friends and co-winners for this recording, David Frost and Silas Brown. All three of us wish to thank the Academy, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra and Chorus, IATSE Local 2 stagehands, Dwayne Wolf, Alexei Tikhomorov, and Maestro Ricardo Muti. Thank you so much.
I promise
we're really happy.
For Producer of the Year, Classical, the nominees are Blanton Allspaw, David Frost, Jesse Lewis, Dimitri Lipai,
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Recording Academy. Thank you to Michelle and my entire community. Thank you to the great artists with whom I have the privilege of working. For this award, that would be the Metropolitan Opera, the Lyric Opera of Chicago, Chicago's Symphony Orchestra, Ricardo Muti, the Kansas City Symphony and Michael Stern, Jonathan Bitt, and Troy Wozner. I'm so grateful to be a part of such a creative and important community of musicians. It's a wonderful honor. Thank you.
Woo! Congratulations to all the winners. And now, let's travel to the classical universe, where a virtuoso's brilliant interpretations of the Beethoven sonatas have earned him accolades around the world and a Grammy nomination this year for Best Classical Instrumental Solo. Ladies and gentlemen, from Berlin, Germany, the maestro, Igor Levit.
I see what it said back there.
Thank you, Igor, for that sublime performance. I feel like I'm in a virtual heaven. And now let's mingle and jingle with a stand-up comedian who taught us on Netflix that F is for family. He's nominated for his first Grammy this year in the Best Comedy Album category. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Burr.
Bill. Oh, Bill.
Hey, thank you, Janae. How are you? Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself during that piano solo?
Oh, come on.
I bought a suit for this. I thought it was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron. I am losing so much money right now. All right, shout out to all the rock stars that I wanted to meet tonight who are watching at home instead. I'm talking to you, Don Dawkins. All right? What, I'm old. That was my first concert. All right, here are the next categories. Up for bids.
For Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album.
Apparently
the nominees
everyone
are
wanted to
Bajo
stay
Fondo,
home tonight.
Grammy, Cultura Profética, Fito Páez, Lido Pimienta.
All right, and the Grammy goes to Fito Páez.
Unbelievable. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you to my dream team.
Good for him.
My family, my work team. It's an incredible hour for me. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to say. We love you. We love you. Thanks to the all Academy members, the Grammy Academy members, and about the COVID-19 until the final victory. Love you.
For Best Regional Mexican Music Album, including Tejano, the nominees are Alejandro Fernández, Lupita Infante, Natalia Lafourcade, Mariachi Sol de México de José Hernández, Cristian Nodal.
I can't say this name. Natalie what? All right. And the winner, the Grammy goes to Natalia Lafourcade. Dude, I will accept on behalf of her. If I butchered her name, I'm sorry. Natalie, you want Natalia?
For Best Tropical Latin Album, the nominees are José Alberto Ruiseñor, Edwin Bonilla, Jorge Celedón and Sergio Luis, Grupo Nietzsche, Víctor Manuel.
All right. Hey, how many feminists are like going nuts? So why is this white male doing all this Latino stuff? And the Grammy goes to Grupo Niche. Hey, Niche.
Le damos gracias a Dios por este tan maravilloso reconocimiento. Gracias Dios.
Gracias a nuestro gestor, nuestro fundador, el maestro Jairo Varela, que está celebrando con nosotros desde el cielo. A toda la familia Varela, a Yanil, a cada uno de sus hermanos, a todo nuestro país que amamos y llevamos en el corazón, Colombia. A la academia y a todos los salseros, que esto es por ustedes y para ustedes. Somos el Grupo Dice.
For Best Orchestral Performance, the nominees are Carlos Kalmar, Daniel B. Arneson, Michael Tilson Thomas, Gustavo Dudamel, Hanu Lintu.
And the Grammy goes to Gustavo Dudamel, conducting the Los Angeles Philharmonic. I will be accepting the Grammy on behalf of Gustavo Dudamel. Congratulations. Crushed that one.
For Best Opera Recording, the nominees are Gil Rose and Principal Soloists, William Boggs, Blanton Alspa and Principal Soloists, David Robertson, David Frost and Principal Soloists, Maxime Emelianichev, Daniel Zalay and Principal Soloists, Donald Runnigles, Peter Giardini, Erben Sturzer and Principal Soloists.
All right, and the Grammy goes to Frederick Valentine, Angel Blue, Dead Sea Graves, Latino Mora,
Hi
Eric
everyone,
Owens.
my name is Angel Blue. I'm so honored to be the representative for the whole cast of Porgy and Bess from the Metropolitan Opera. It is with great gratitude and thanksgiving that we accept this award. I'd like to dedicate this award to two of our cast members who recently passed away, Arthur Woodley and Antoine Hodge. Thank you to our producer, David Frost, our fantastic conductor, Maestro David Robertson, our Porgy, Eric Owens, and thank you to the Recording Academy for this great honor. And we thank the Metropolitan Opera for doing this wonderful production. God bless you and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.
For Best Choral Performance, the nominated conductors are Donald Nally, Joanne Valletta, James K. Bass, and Adam Lukey. Leonard Slatkin, Charles Bruffy, Stephen Fox, and Benedict Sheehan. Kent Tritle, Matthew Garr.
Seven, 9. And the Grammy goes to Joanne Falletta, James K. Bass, and Adam Lubecki. I will accept this Grammy on their behalf.
For Best Chamber Music, Small Ensemble Performance, the nominees are Pacifica Quartet, Brooklyn Ryder, Ted Hearn, Stephen Bradshaw, Sophia Bird, Josephine Lee, Isaiah Robinson, Sol Ruiz, Ayanna Woods, and Place Orchestra. Devontae Hines and Third Coast Percussion. Dover Quartet.
Hey, how you doing? All right, the Grammy goes to Contemporary Voices Pacific Quartet.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. A big thank you to Jim Ginsburg and Bill Malone from City Records for the honor of recording the masterpieces of these three outstanding composers, Jennifer Higdon, Shulamit Ron, and Ellen Zwillick. The rich and visceral musical language of these three women address powerful contemporary themes, and winning this Grammy Award is a wonderful tribute to the legacy of these compositions. We would also like to thank our co-collaborator, saxophonist Otis Murphy, for his wonderful work on this disc, John Zion and the entire team at MKI, as well as the support of our residency home at the Jacobs School of Music at Indiana University. And lastly, and importantly, to all of our families for their continued loyalty and support. Thank you so much.
For Best Classical Instrumental Solo Performance, the nominees are Carol Gerstein, Thomas Ades, conductor, Igor Levitt, Agustin Hadalish, Jakub Krusha, conductor, Daniil Tripanov, Yannick Nézet-Séguin, conductor, Richard O'Neill, David Allen Miller, conductor.
the Grammy goes to Richard O'Neill and David Allen Miller.
And the Grammy goes to Different House.
Wow, this is a great day for the viola. Thank you to the Recording Academy for this honor of a lifetime, and to composer Chris Stephen, it is conductor David Allen Miller, producer Silas Brown, and the wonderful Albany Symphony. My love to you all, and during this most challenging time for all musicians, my eternal thanks goes to my family, to the Takash Quartet and CU Boulder for keeping me alive. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, okay? Thank you.
For Best Classical Solo Vocal Album, the nominees are Stephen Powell, Nicholas Pond, Myra Wong, accompanist, Cecilia Bartoli, Giovanni Antonini,
I love that.
Brian Giebler, Stephen McGee, accompanist, Sarah Braley and Dashan Burton, James Bletchley, conductor.
And the Grammy goes to Sarah Braley, Dashan Burton, and Jane Bletchley.
Oh my God, wow. This is unreal. Deshaun, James, I so wish you could be here to celebrate with all of us. Thank you to everyone in the orchestra and the chorus, to Henry and PK and Stephen Fox and Emerson. Thank you to Blanton, our amazing producer, and Sound Mirror. Thank you to Chandos Records, but thank you most of all to Dame Ethel Smythe for giving us this incredible piece and showing us that just being an example of what it is to be strength and perseverance. And this means so much.
Her.
Thank you.
I love her.
For Best Classical
Good for
Compendium, the nominees are Thomas Otis, Nick Swire, Mark Stone, and Christiana Stotine, Hans Kiefer and Clément Noah Tokash, Jens Brown and Jose Cerebrier, Isabel Leonard, Michael Tilson Thomas, and Jack Vaughn, Blanton Alspaugh, Matt Heimovitz, and Julian Wapner.
And the Grammy goes to Isabel Leonard, Michael Tilson Thomas, and Jack Van.
Oh my gosh! This is fantastic.
Oh,
From
wow.
the hotel room, Michael Tilson Thomas and I would like to thank
She's
our
gorgeous.
angel, and Joseph, for whom this was written. Michael wants to is so happy that Anne Frank's words have been able to be spoken and heard by many, many generations. So we're very grateful to the San Francisco community, with whom we have worked with a lot. My colleague Sasha Kinney and everybody over there. I love you.
For Best Contemporary Classical Composition, the nominated composers are Thomas August, Richard Danielpour, Carlisle Floyd, Ted Hearn,
Oh my god, I want to do like with an orchestra, like a techno song. Like with an actual orchestra.
And the Grammy goes to Christopher Rouse.
Like have them be the techno sound.
Oh, this is wonderful. On behalf of my late husband, Christopher Rouse, I would like to thank the Academy Awards organization and its nominating members for this lovely honor. I would also like to thank the Nashville and Dallas Symphonies and the Aspen Music Festival for the commissioning of the Fifth Symphony. And special thanks to Giancarlo Guerrero
Look at
and the
her.
most excellent Nashville Symphony for taking Chris's piece to the highest level with their wonderful, wonderful recording.
Love her.
Thank you all once again.
Oh, she's so
For
great.
Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for Visual Media, the nominations are A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, Frozen 2, Jojo Rabbit.
And the Grammy goes to Jojo Rabbit.
Hi. I don't know if this seems like not a great connection. I'm in a trailer.
on a movie set. Well, thank you very much
Where
for
are
this
you?
honor.
I'll be right there.
I guess they're just giving Grammys to anyone now. I'll take it.
Oh,
Thank
shut
you.
up. You're
What can I say? It
adorable,
was so
and
long
have an
ago, I couldn't barely remember anything about making that movie, but it seems like it's never going to go away, and I'm happy with that. All my thanks to Searchlight for making the film in the first place, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've got to say. I'm going to work now. Thank you. Much love. Take care. I appreciate it.
For Best Score Soundtrack Album for Visual Media, the nominees are Max Richter, Kamasi Washington, Hildur Guðnadóttir, Thomas Newman, John Williams.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to that one. I'm going to butcher this. And the Grammy goes to Hildur.
Yeah, that was just a good hit.
Guðnadóttir for Joker.
What'd you used to call me?
Thank you.
Oh, Ted.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Todd Phillips for the faith and the space that he gave the music to
Joker.
It was a real treat to get to work with him
Oh,
and his magnificent
all that coffee.
team.
I'm getting the
personally
sweat.
like to thank my Sam and my Cody, Patty, and my music family for all their magic. And last but not least, thank you to the Recording Academy and the film music community for the phenomenally warm welcome this last year. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For Best Song Written for Visual Media, the nominees are Andrew Lloyd Webber and Taylor Swift, Brandy Carlisle, Phil Hanseroth and Tim Hanseroth, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, Billie Eilish O'Connell and Phineas Baird O'Connell, Joshua Brian Campbell and Cynthia Erivo.
And the Grammy goes to No Time to Die.
Oh my God. What? Oh my God. Thank you so much. That's so insane. Thank you to Barbara Broccoli, Hans Zimmer, Stephen Lipson, Daniel Craig, Kerry Gunaga, Tony Seiler, NGM, Eon. It was a dream to make this song, to work on this. I have no words. I can't believe this is real. I couldn't believe it was real then. Oh my God, that's crazy.
I have 3 seconds. Thanks, Billy, for letting me write the song with you. I feel very lucky to be your brother.
Hello. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go to the Deep South to get a taste of the real flavor of the Bentonia Blues. Our next performer is considered the last Bentonia bluesman. He's nominated for his album Cypress Groove. It's a musical legacy that he hopes will help preserve the Bentonia Blues for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominee for Best Traditional Blues Album, Jimmy Duck Holmes.
Fuck yeah. Oh.
I look at it.
This guy's.
I have all with me.
Damn.
From rare dead stock to the latest release, new or pre-owned, the drops never stop. eBay, authenticity guarantee.
Said if I look at it, when it all did to me, I have all with me. Since I love you, black woman, and I love your from too. Said on the reason I love him. Yes, I went to a certain woman now, and I lead to a fly. I didn't see nobody. I was a big man crying. I don't want to be no coffee, and I don't want to be no football. If I can't be a catfish, pick it off.
Thank you, Jimmy. I love that. And by the way, Jimmy is also the owner of the oldest surviving juke joint. The oldest surviving juke joint in Mississippi. Let's keep his music alive, please. Moving on. Let's keep it real. Our next presenter took a leap of faith to do what she loves, have fun, and be successful. And guess what? After a few years of rapping, singing, and performing, she's already conquered social media and nabbed a nomination for Best New Artist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chica, my Pisces sister. Exactly. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is a great honor for me. I'm so happy to be here. I just want to go ahead and congratulate all of the nominees, and I want to say good luck. And I think we should move on because I get to say, and the Grammy goes to 15 times. So let's get that started.
For Best American Roots Performance, the nominees are Black Pumas, Bonnie Like Horseman, Brittany Howard, Nora Jones and Mavis Staples, John Prine.
I am Lady Gaga's personal meditator.
And the Grammy goes to I Remember Everything, John Prine.
Thank you to the Recording Academy for recognizing John.
I am Lady.
Dave Cobb and Gina Johnson, thank you for making recording magic happen in our living room in Nashville. Everybody at Boy Records.
The thing is, there is no spoon.
All our creative partners, Dirty Tigers and Saxon Co. The music community in Nashville and beyond, your love and encouragement has meant the world to us this past year. And to the fans, you spanned several generations.
Oh, what did I do?
To promote John's words and music in the world. Thank you. For Best American Roots Song, a Songwriters Award.
Oh.
Nominees are Laura Rogers,
I am Lady Gaga's personal meditation reminder. I can assure you, she was fast floating over deep space, intergalactic dimension 7. At the time, rest assured, she was reminded. She gives her very best. So the comment I'm leaving is to someone who said, dude, Lady Gaga is meditating right now. If she's not meditating, maybe she would come. So don't say that Gaga don't care to attend or not. And my response to Muhammad was, I am Lady Gaga's personal meditation reminder. I can assure you, she was fast floating over deep space intergalactic dimension 7 at the time. Rest assured, she was reminded. She gives her very best. I think that's hysterical. It's probably true too. Why? That's so cool, man.
For Best Traditional Blues Album, the nominees are Frank Bay, Don Bryant, Robert Craven, Jimmy Duck Holmes, Bobby Rush.
And the Grammy goes to Robert and Rob, Bobby Rush.
Well, we weren't able to add your reply. Please try again. Okay, YouTube. I'm sorry I wasn't able to give you a good recommendation. I'm sure you understand. Everything always is so complicated. No, you can't do this. No, you can't sing on top of the fucking garage. No. Blah, blah, blah. Uh-huh. Yes, I can.
The nominees are Fantastic Negrito, Ruthie Foster Big Band, G Love, Betty Levette, North Mississippi All Stars.
And the Grammy goes to Have You Lost Your Mind Yet? Fantastic Negrito.
Love that. Love that. Come on, love that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. What a great honor to win this award. I'm just thankful to be alive. This has been a rough time for everyone out there. I want to just
look at that
give
necklace.
a moment of silence to the 500,000 people that have perished in this country and like the 2.6 million across the world. Let's give our prayers and a moment of silence to them. And I want to thank my team, my band, man, Massa, LJ, Cornelius, Malcolm Scullman, thanks for hanging in there, Phil Green. IBM, you've been a savior, throughout this pandemic. Tomas Salcedo, Carol Dutra, my family. Hey, I love all you guys. I don't know what to say. I'm just very grateful, and let's move forward. Oh, we gotta thank E40. E40 and Tank and the Bangers, Tank of the Bangers, we gotta thank them. Thank you, Dwayne Wiggins, for loaning me the B3. Thank Trevor, Miguel, Noel, everybody. Love you all. I love most of you.
The nominees are Bonnie Light Horseman, Leonard Cohen, Lori Marley,
That's my baby.
The Secret Sisters, Gillian Welch, and
You
David
don't know it
Roberts.
yet, but that's husband right there.
And the Grammy goes to All the Good Times, Gillian Welch and David Roberts. They are not here to accept this Grammy, so I'll be accepting it on their behalf. Congratulations, you guys.
For Best Regional Roots Music Album, the nominees are Black Lodge Singers, Cameron Dupuis and the Cajun Troubadours, Nawai Eha, New Orleans Nightcrawlers, Sweet Cecilia,
And the Grammy goes to Atmosphere, New Orleans Nightcrawlers.
I love that jumpsuit thing, that whatever that is. I love it.
Thank you so much. Wow. This is
Oh.
crazy. We're here in New Orleans with all of our friends and fans here. This is a win for New Orleans. It's a win for the New Orleans brass band culture, which is sacred here in New Orleans. So we're thankful for that. Thank you.
Show support our families, with music teachers, Louisiana artists, and musicians everywhere. For all of us, the New Orleans Nightcrawlers accept this Grammy with gratitude and joy.
Yes, thank you. Peace and love.
No, just not smart.
For Best Reggae Album, the nominees are Buju Banton, Skip Marley, Maxi Priest, Toots and the
Do
Maytals,
that.
The Wailers,
And the Grammy goes to Got to Be Tough, Toots and the Maytals. They also are not here to accept this Grammy, but I'll be accepting it on their behalf. Congratulations.
For Best Global Music Album, the nominees are Antibalas, Burna Boy, Babel Gilberto, Anushka Shankar, Tenariwen.
I need to.
And the Grammy goes to, oh, come on, Twice as Tall, Burna Boy. Oh, my God.
I need to sing a song. I'm listening to all of this music. I need to make some of my own. I use Smil. Let's see. And then we'll get back to the Grammys. I don't care. I'm just recording. Because it's fun. That way, when I talk to myself, I'm not really talking to myself. Right? Oh, I turned you off, didn't I? Here, I'm going to press play on this while I get this started. Oh, that's so great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Africa's in the house, man. Africa, we're in the
Oh,
house.
wait.
You get me? This is a big win for my generation of Africans all over the world. And this should be a lesson to
he don't
every
know
African
yet.
out there. No matter where you are, no matter what you plan to do, you can achieve it. No matter where you're from, because you are a king. Look at me now. Grammy award winning.
He don't know it yet.
Thank you to everyone. My whole family is here. That means don't get in my head. You don't understand? Now you talk about one people get in my head.
Oh, yes, it
Riches have one people get in my head. Outsiders want people get in my head. Allah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
For Best Children's Music Album, the nominees are Joni Leeds.
Oh, yeah, he's
Justin Roberts.
I got
And the Grammy goes to all the ladies, Joni Leeds.
Thank you. I am so honored to accept this award on the evening of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's birthday during Women's History Month. Thank you to the Recording Academy and my family who have always supported me, and my daughter Joya. I made this album to empower young girls, but also to bring awareness to the fact that there's a lack of female representation in the music industry. So please get familiar with the Annenberg Inclusion Initiative and hire women. This project would not have been possible without Lucy Kalantari, my amazing producer, engineer, and arranger, and Denise Barbarita, Emily Lazar, Chris Allgood, Stephanie Mayer, Stephanie Rothschild, Cut the Bull Enterprises, Longhouse, and the 20 fierce women that appeared on my album. I could not have done this without you. And lastly, to all of my friends in the children's genre, we may be small genre, but we are really powerful. And let's continue to be the change that we want to see. Thank you.
Yes.
For Best Spoken Word Album, the nominees are Flea, Ken Jennings, Rachel Maddow, Ronan Farrow, Meryl Streep.
And the Grammy goes to
That sounds good. Yes. My pop filter. I'm singing Why Don't You Do Right? The song Jessica Rabbit sang in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah. Yeah, had bloody money, 1920. Yeah, that. Oh, you know what? I know why. Because it works better on this one. Press play again.
Rachel Maddow. Unfortunately, she's not here to accept this award, so I will be accepting it on her behalf. Congratulations.
For Best Comedy Album, the nominees are Tiffany Haddish, Patton Oswalt, Jim Gaffigan, Bill Burr, Jerry Seinfeld.
And the Grammy goes to Black Mitzvah, Tiffany Haddish.
Access party disconnected.
All right, well, Tiffany's not here to accept this award, so again, I'll be accepting this on her behalf. Congratulations.
For Best Musical Theater Album, the nominees are
Sing much better, much better. Oh my gosh. It's so much better. I always make weird noises. And I'm gonna hold it. Without the cord being in the way. We'll get your foot out of here. And I'll go like this angle right here. Okay, that needs to not. There we go. Why don't you do right? Why don't you do right? Like some. All right, everyone. You need to sit down because I need you to listen what I have to say. You had plenty money, 1922. You let another woman make a fool of you. Why don't you do right? Like some other man. You get out of there and give me some more night. You're sitting there wondering what's this all about. You ain't got no money, they're gonna put you out. Why don't you do right? Like some other man dead. Get out of here and give me some money. Why don't you do right like some other man do? Why don't you do right like some, like some other man do? Like some other man do. That's how you do it. All right, so I'm going to save this as fast as I can. Sitting there wondering what's this all about? I wanted to save it before the battery died. All right. And that's how I do it. I can't wait to hear it, though.
Audrey Breeson, Chris Jarrett, Keelan McCarthy, and Jez Unwin, Michael Fentiman, Sean Patrick Lovin, Daniel Massey, Barnaby Race, and Nathan Tyson. David Byrne, Catherine Gallagher, Celia Rose Gooding, Lauren Patton, and Elizabeth Stanley, Neil Avron, Pete Ganbar, Tom Kitt, Michael Parker, Craig Rosen, and Vivek Tawari. Tammy Blanchard, Jonathan Groff, and Tom Allen Robbins, Will Van Dyke, Michael Mayer, Alan Menken, and Frank Wolf. Christine Aliato, Luke Brady, Alexia Kadim, and Liam Tomney, Dominic Amendum, and Stephen Schwartz. Francis Chu, Austin Koo, Elise Allen Lewis, and Conrad Ricamora, David Henry Kwong, Matt Stein, and Janine Tesori.
And the Grammy goes to Jagged Little Pill, Catherine Gallagher, Celia Rose Gooding, Lauren Patton, Elizabeth Stanley, Neil Avron,
Jagged Little Pill. Oh my God.
Tom Kitt, Michael Parker, Craig Rosen, Vivek J. Tillery. Congrats, y'all.
On behalf of my fellow Jagged Little Pill nominees, we thank the Recording Academy for this great honor. Alanis Morissette and Glenn Ballard, thank you for trusting us to adapt your groundbreaking album and for teaching us what it is to be human in this world. To the musicians, music team, cast, creatives, company, producers, Atlantic Records, and the great Neil Avron, thank you for your artistry, passion, and support. During this challenging year, we thank all our loved ones who have stood by us, and to all my fellow theater artists, stay strong, stay hopeful, and I can't wait to be back on our stages with you again. Thank you so much.
For Best Alternative Music Album, the nominees are Fiona Apple.
I need to say,
Beck,
it's a little
Phoebe
too
Bridgers,
ironic.
Brittany
Yeah, I
Howard,
really do think.
Tame Impala,
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Touch the Bolt Cutters.
It's a
Fiona
free ride when you're already paid.
Congratulations.
It's good advice that you just didn't take. And who'd have thought it figure?
She's among the youngest to be named in NEA Jazz Master, and now she's nominated in the Jazz Instrumental Album category. Please enjoy this performance by Terry Lynn Carrington.
It's a little too ironic. Yeah, I really do think.
You can lock me and throw the key, but you can't stop me, I know I'm free. Funny thing, I've been here before, nothing short of a miracle. Hanging bodies on weeping trees, the whole village will come and see. Another killer is crucified, but that killer is you and I, it's do or die. Cause you could do you and I could do me. free. Maybe I could be true and I could be me. While we trapped in the dream, I don't know. You could do you and I could do me, and we could be free. Maybe I could be true and I could be me. While we trapped in the dream, I don't
Wow, wow.
Master fishing with bigger bait.
Oh, wow, wow.
We get away. Mama wishing to see her son.
Oh, wow, oh, oh God, that's gorgeous, girl.
Intuition, I don't wanna listen, but they
My nipples
back to basics, the racists on the basis, they love to hate us, deductive, they cuts and grind and make up for the lies and make up. Never on my knees, this is how it is, this is how it be. Sometimes in your lifetime, it's the nighttime when it's flight time. Hope the wrong time ain't the right time. I'm saying on my lifeline, no crying, let my light shine. While we dying, while you fight crime. Had a moment you forgot about it. Move to the next hot topic. Nah, God, I'm still mad. While they write spells on the pill pad, cause I feel bad. Send my blood like a real dad. Sometimes it's right and wrong, but sometimes it's black and white. Sometimes they give you paper, but sometimes they give you life. Sometimes it's right and wrong, but sometimes it's black and white. Black and white. Sometimes they give you paper, but sometimes they give you life. Give you life. Hey.
Give you life. Take it away and give you life.
You could do you, I could do me. We could be free. Y'all could be true. I could be me. While we trapped in a dream, I don't know.
Hey, awesome performance. Thanks again, Terry Lynn Carrington and Social Science. And now the man is in the house. He's a chair emeritus. Yeah, I can read. Of the Recording Academy and a music producing legend. He's set to release a first ever album of all original music with his partner Terry Lewis, and I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Jam.
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Hey,
Hey,
a
Jimmy.
little different this year, but it's all good to have everybody here safely. Let's get to some categories.
For Best Improvised Jazz
Man in
Solo,
Black.
the nominees are Christian Scott Batunde Adjoa, Regina Carter, Gerald Clayton.
All right. I need to get back to that. Okay. I'll sing it live. What does this sound like?
When does a car become more than a car? Introducing Burgers, the all-new Burgers Supercharged Burgers Burger.
Think about Postmates. For $5 off your next 5 orders, use
That was a funny commercial. An old man, he turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's death row pardon. 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's the free ride when you already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly. He packed his suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. Waited his whole damn life to take that flight. And as the plane crashed down, he's all, well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic? Don't y'all think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Well, life is a fun way of sneaking up on you when everything's going right. And life is a funny way of helping you out when everything's going wrong and everything blows up in your face. A traffic jam when you're already late. No smoking shine on that cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's meeting the man of my dreams and then meeting his fucking wife. And isn't it ironic to think a little too ironic? Yeah, I really do think it's like rain on that wedding day. It's a free ride when you already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? And who would have thought it figures? Well, life is a fun way of sneaking up on you now. Life is a funny, funny way of helping you out. Helping you out. And that's how you do it. Well, at least I do. You feel the music and you just go with it. You know? All right. Back to our program already in progress.
Chick Corea, Joshua Redman.
And the Grammy goes to Chick Corea.
my side. Oh, thank you so much.
I love
I
her.
consider it an honor to be invited by the Academy to accept this award for
Look
my beloved
at
husband of
her.
50 years, my
She's
soulmate, my best friend,
fabulous.
and my hero. He lived and breathed the joy of creating each day, and his mission in life was to keep the music fires burning bright and to uplift and inspire others. I know there are so many he would like to thank who've inspired him, including all the artists he ever created with. He listened and learned from each one of you. I can only name a few today. Of course, special thanks go to Christian and Brian for your masterful playing on this project. He loved creating with you both. 4 special inspirations to my hubby, Miles Davis, who was a hero to me, and Chick felt very honored to be in his band. He was playing all blues with our family in some of the last hours before he moved on to his next adventure. Stevie Wonder, a good friend of Chick from the 70s, Chick loved creating with you and was always inspired by your messages of love and creative genius. L. Ron Hubbard was very inspirational to Chick for continual guidance and inspiration for many years. And deep admiration to Martin Luther King for his tremendous courage and willingness to fight so tirelessly for human rights and the dignity of mankind. Heartfelt thanks to all of you in your own way who keep the music fires burning bright. Thank you from my heart for your love and your prayers.
For Best Jazz Vocal Album, the nominees are Tana Alexa, Kurt Elling and Danilo Perez, Carmen Lundy, Somi with Frankfurt Radio Big Band and John Beasley, Kenny Washington.
I just get really emotional sometimes.
And the Grammy goes to Kurt Elling featuring Daniela Perez.
Fantastic. Double J, handing out the awards today. How are you, my friend? It's been too long. I'd like to thank the Recording Academy, of course. I share this Grammy with my collaborator, pianist, and composer, my dear friend, Danilo Perez. Thank you, Danilo, for your mastery and your generosity. That's my wife cheering upstairs. Everybody happy. Thanks to the Bodhisattva, Wayne Shorter, for your continued inspiration. Thanks to the incredible band on this record, Clark Summers, Chico Pinheiro, Miguel Zinon, Jonathan Blake, Rogerio Bocato, and Roman Diaz. Thanks to Chris Allen, our great engineer, my dear friend over at Sear Sound in New York City.
His phone is blowing
Thanks
up
to
right
Dave
now.
Stapleton and everybody at Edition Records. Thanks to my cousin, Lars Elling, for making the beautiful cover art for this record. To my great manager and friend, Brian Farina, for getting things happening in the world at a time that's incredible and impossible. And thanks to my beautiful cheering wife upstairs, and my gorgeous daughter and my incredible son, Jennifer, Louisa, and A.G. Elling. Thanks to all of you, and stay safe and take care of each other. Thank you.
For Best Jazz Instrumental Album, the nominees are Ambrose Akinmusiri, Terry Lynn Carrington and Social Science, Gerald Clayton, Chick Corea, Christian McBride and Brian Blade, Redmond Meldau, McBride Blade,
And the Grammy goes to Trilogy 2, Chick Corea, Christian McBride, and Brian Blake.
Thank you so much. And thank you for my sweetheart. Chick was so proud of this album. Christian McBride, Brian Blade, he loved you, loved creating with you. Quick story, when I was 5 years old, I made a wish. If I ever marry, there are only 2 things I want in a husband. Number 1, a very nice man. Being a preacher's kid, that meant a lot. Number 2, a very good piano player. And I often told my husband, I'm so sorry I only had 1 berry. And he'd say, that's fine, sweetie. I'm glad you made that wish. Thank you so much, all of you, for your support, He took nominations very seriously and awards. He never took them for granted. He always considered it an honor. Christian and Brian, this is your Grammy too. His mission in life, as I said, was to keep the music fires burning bright. And thanks to all of you for your doing that, because it makes the world a better place for all of us. Sweetheart, you know you live forever, and you're going to keep music going forever in our hearts. Thank you so much.
For Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album, the nominees are Greg August, John Beasley's Monkestra, Orrin Evans and the Captain Black Big Band, John Hollenbeck with Theo Bleckman, Kate McGarry, Gary Versace and the Frankfurt Radio Big Band, Maria Schneider Orchestra.
And the Grammy goes to Data Lords, the Maria Schreider Orchestra.
This goes to every musician in my band. Know how much I love you, admire you. Thank you to everyone also so artfully engineered, photographed, videoed, painted, and even so expertly printed as
I can't. It's not you, honey. I love watching this, but I think I need to pause it and go for one of my walks. I just have a problem sitting still so long. I'll come back though. This has been so much fun. I don't even care if only one person. You're important, just like everyone else. So, I'm going to stop the broadcast for now. But don't worry. Oh, wait, what was that? Let's go out to the movies. Let's go out to the movies. Let's go out to the movies and have ourselves a watch. Oh, let's go out to the movies. Let's go out to the movies. Let's go out to the movies.